G'day everybody and welcome to the very first episode of Words from the Scribe. Now if you're on my database, you will know that Bradon Hill of AirCon Clean was our lucky winner of the competition. For those of you who don't know, we had a competition and the winner had to, in 500 words or less, tell us three things. First of all, what their product or service is. Number two, what's their background? And number three, what's the biggest and most important thing they've learned on a professional and a personal level on their journey. Now, there were quite a few entries, but the winning one was Bradon's, and so now is his opportunity to tell you a little bit about what he does and about his background. So, just for the people at home, Bradon, first of all, what service do you provide?
We provide air conditioning, cleaning, installs, and I also have an arborist business, which is cutting trees down.
Okay. So basically everything's taken care of in because we're just coming into spring now, coming into the warmer months, and people want to maintain their backyard and keep cool inside. So it's coming into a good time for you, I suppose.
Yeah, right now is our busiest season of the year, where it gets a bit warmer and everybody sort of, jumps into gear and wants to call us all at once. So we get bombarded by a lot of phone calls, but we've got the infrastructure in place to obviously keep up with that through the summer period.
It's a good problem to have, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
And best of all, you're prepared for it as well. You're not sort of being run off your feet. It's good to have those systems in place for when it gets busier as well, so you can manage it all.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Now, is there a particular area that you service, Bradon?
There is. So we are based in Brisbane. But we actually service from the Sunshine Coast all the way up to the Gold Coast. So basically within a sort of 120 kilometre radius of Brisbane City.
Okay.
But, we have been known to go further than that, just dependent on, obviously the size of the job. So.
Okay, fantastic. Are there any plans for expansion in the near future that you can see?
There's always room to expand. We are growing every single year. We've now been in the air conditioning cleaning business for 5 years.
Okay.
And, in that time, we've rapidly grown just from, a couple of us now to, through the summer period, usually there's about 7 to 8 plus of us working away just in the air conditioning side of things.
Okay. And do they take care of the arborist side as well, or do you have a different team for that?
I try to have a different team for that. I don't like to clash, workload with, different businesses. I think it's important to, sort of distribute the two different ways here.
Of course. Now, I'm sure everybody at home can hear it as well, Bradon. We're picking up a Kiwi accent there. So, and this is in relation to question 2. In the contest. Tell us a little bit about your background growing up in New Zealand and then coming over here.
Yeah, look, I was very blessed actually. At a young age, I had my father, he had me in a suit at 8 years old. And, my first company was called Turbo Enterprises. I imported jam and I was selling jam on the streets and, also taking Dad's wood from his business that he had and making recycled renew products and, going out and about around the town and selling that. And, yeah, so Dad had me in a suit at a very young age. And then later on in my life, I had a landscaping company. So, yeah, within 2 years, we built that from scratch. I had a business partner and we built that from ground up, and within the second year we had 26 staff, 12 builders and 18 contractors, 18 employees. So, yeah.
Geez, that was a quick growth for you.
Yeah, I think that's, it comes from, just, I guess, do the things that work and do them well, focus on one thing and, just take care of your customers and take also what's important is, we'll get to that question next actually. I think you've got something for me. So.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's very important to create value for your clients and for your customers, because if you can focus on on how you can give them more value, then the rest really takes care of itself beyond just, how do I prepare for the situation you're in right now with AirCon Clean where you're getting more sales. It's just really about value adding. I agree that's a great strategy there. And it's just funny to hear about you getting that entrepreneurial streak from a young age. My sister might kill me here, but I remember when she was about 6 or 7 years old, she was out the front of our house trying to sell wishing rocks for $20 each to just people walking past on the street. And she'd be down out the front of our house going, wishing rocks, only $20. That's the thing before Dad went out and told her off and brought her inside. But it's obvious it's good that your dad brought you up quite early to have that entrepreneurial streak and to set you up to where you are now, really.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
So in that time, Bradon, from the age of 8, wearing a suit and starting up the landscaping business back in New Zealand, if there's been one standout lesson that you've learnt along the way, and not just in your professional life, but in your personal life perhaps, and as you would well know, if one's going right, chances are the other one's going right, and how you're living in one aspect affects the other. So if there's one standout lesson you've learnt over all these years, what would it be?
I think, just quickly, I think there's probably 3 key elements.
Okay, we'll let it go. Yeah, go on. 3 is fine, Bradon. Go ahead.
The first one is obviously, I think it's really important to build your foundation. With anything, any relationship, any business relationship, whatever it be, is your foundation is the most important. And secondly, customers and employees, they are what hold your business together. So realistically, we're nothing without them. We need them. So we need to make them feel valued and, give service to both. And also amongst that, I think typically we get all carried away on ourselves and we start getting, sort of busy in life, and we probably forget about ourselves and we don't make enough time for ourselves. Yeah. So I think it's really important to have, a happy medium where, you have business and also time for yourself, because otherwise it just takes over.
Definitely, yeah. You got to set yourself up for the long run. If you're going to do a sprint, you'll have great success usually in the first year or so. But if that's all you're doing, you're going to burn yourself out, and then you lose a lot of that ground you make. I absolutely agree with you, mate. That you got to have both those aspects. You got to focus on both those aspects equally, because again, without one, the other's going to suffer for it.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
So sorry, that was lesson number 3 that you just gave. I lost count. Sorry.
Yeah, I think there was 3. So yeah.
Good. Well, it's good to know that one of us is keeping count here, Bradon. So well done there. So now tell us. What would you say has been the greatest challenge that you've faced up to this point with your business, with any business really?
Well, any business, I think the greatest challenge is, I think anybody would say the same, that employees are your greatest challenge, but they're also they're a necessity in your business. Yeah. So, as I said before, we really need to take care of them and make them feel like they're valued, So by doing that and not just seeing them as a bit of a breadwinner, take some care and thought into their personal lives and make them feel valued.
Absolutely. Now, to somebody who is in the position that you were many years ago and they're just starting their first business, or they're thinking of starting a business, what would you say is the biggest thing and the most important thing for them to keep in mind?
Probably, focus on your foundation. Just really take care of your customers. It all stems back to, taking care of your customers, taking care of your staff, and, creating a really solid foundation. Make sure it is something that you are passionate about. Yeah. If it's not something you're passionate about, the truth of it is you're probably going to do, it a little bit half-assed.
Yeah, exactly.
So therefore, you just really want to make sure that is your calling. It's where you want to end up. And I think once you can understand that, you'll do really well.
Definitely. Yeah, you got to considering the amount of time and the amount of energy that you're going to throw at it. Like, I know in my earlier years, I had times where I'd be thinking, oh, is this what I really want to do? But then it'll just be something. It'll be something that I'm sure you have found yourself in the same position, Bradon, but I'll be doing something and I'll just think, oh, you know what? Like, I'm so lucky to be doing this. Like, there's so many people who don't have this luxury that I do. And I just think about the bigger picture and I go, you know what? Like, this is all worth it. Like, I'm actually really happy to be doing this. And it's such a blessing when that happens for you.
Yeah, for sure. I think as part of that also, you need to give back to your community.
Definitely.
In one way or another. You know, it doesn't necessarily even have to be, you know, giving money to a charity or whatever. It could be, you know, taking some time out of your week and, you know, just going out and helping an old lady mow her lawns.
Yeah.
That will also give you value in yourself, because I think also if you don't value who you are, you can't value anybody else. No. Because you don't have that identity, and that will carry through in every aspect of your life. If you are confident and you know who you are and what you stand for, and you actually are bringing back value to your community and the people around you, it'll make you feel good about yourself, and therefore it'll show through what you do.
Oh, so that's so true, isn't it? And it's funny you mentioned that, Bradon. Just probably about 3 weeks ago, I shared a post. I shared a post on the Scribe social media page, and for those of you at home that didn't see it, I talked about how people who don't believe in themselves, how insecurity, it's like a cancer, and it sets in and it robs you of so much, and that you have to be careful that if people are going to criticize you, that it's people who want to constructively criticize you, and it's not people who are just trying to tear you down because they see you as a threat to these safe little excuses that they've made for themselves. And so they see you doing better, and you know, they'll make a little snide comment here or something that is disguised as criticism but is actually an attempt to tear you down. And I agree with you, Bradon. Like, you really can't grow your business until you actually back yourself. Like, yeah, you're going to have setbacks, and I know, having read your entry, you've had those as well, and everything else, but it's really just all part of the bigger picture. And as long as you back yourself and you think, well, I'm either going to succeed here or I'm going to fail this time and learn something, ultimately you're going to be singing.
Yeah, that's right.
That's exactly right. So as we know, Bradon, it's just come into springtime here and it's getting warmer. You've talked about you install air conditioners, clean air conditioners, and also have the arborist service. Why should people reach out and give you or your team a call? What's the reason that people should be getting on the phone to you or sending an email to you right now?
Well, look, I don't want to come across as arrogant, but look, we are the best in the business. We care about what we do. Mm-hmm. We care about not only the job that we are doing, but mm-hmm. we try and have, more of a relationship with our customers. So you're going to get, a company where the aftercare is important to us as well as just making the sale. If we try and get there within a very short period of time, so we try and make all of our customers, whether they are a big commercial apartment building to the little old lady down the road, all of our customers are important to us because we believe that that's what keeps our business going.
Fantastic. And just for those of you who are watching at home, you'll see the details for AirCon Clean down below this video. So reach out and give Bradon a call or contact one of his team, and they'll be able to give you that service, and you'll see for yourself the effort that they put in. Now, just before we finish this up today, Bradon, do you have any shout-outs to give in particular?
Yeah, look, obviously, I think first and foremost, being from Scribe Copywriting.
You're too kind.
We've done some work in the past, and he puts his heart and soul into everything he does. He's very good at what he does. So if you want somebody that you can actually trust and to know that the job's going to be done right first time, I suggest that you call Ben from Scribe Copywriting. And I just want to. Obviously, I want to thank my parents, Bruce and Maxine. I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't have their support early on in life. And, they've been there for me through the thick and thin of it. So I am who I am today because I have some great parents.
Fantastic. And no, I didn't pay Bradon for that comment whatsoever. But where his parents are concerned, I'm not sure about that. You might have to ask them. But no, thanks for that compliment, Bradon. And obviously, yeah, I can really see how, especially your father, had such a big impact on where you are now. So that's great. Now, just before we finish this up, Bradon, was there anything else that you wanted to add?
No, I think you've sort of covered all the questions for anybody, in business or wanting to start a business.
Fantastic.
I think, actually, I'll say one last thing.
Go ahead.
I honestly, personally believe as well that spiritually, I put God first in everything I do. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't be here today without him either. So I just like to challenge every one of you to give it a go. If it's worked for me, why wouldn't it work for you?
Shout out to the big fella. Fantastic. All right. Well, again, Bradon, congratulations. You are the first cab off the rank. Your interview will always officially be number 1 in our Words for the Scribe series. So well done again, and thanks for your entry. It's been great to speak to you. And for everybody watching at home, again, the business is AirCon Clean, and I will provide the details down below so you can get in contact with Bradon or his fantastic team and let them take care of you coming into the summer. So thanks again, Bradon. It's been great talking to you, and thanks for your time.
Thanks very much, Ben.
No worries. I'm sure we'll talk soon in the near future.
Thanks very much.
Bye.
See ya.
So there you have it, guys. That's our first interview out of the way. Now, we didn't all have a father who gave us a suit at 8 years old or brought us into business or that sort of thing. And we've all come from different positions. But what really impressed me about Bradon and about reading his entry was that work ethic really came through in what he was talking about. And obviously, he had parents who could see the bigger picture, and he's really followed with that. And also at the end there, where he's talking about his faith in God. The fact is that I really believe that business is not just about material things. It's not just about money. I mean, that's why we go into business to build up an empire of our own. But I really believe that you have to connect with the spiritual in some form, whether it's meditation or if you're a member of a church or a synagogue or a mosque or something like that. There really needs to be that community spirit there. So wherever you get that from, I'd encourage you to look at that aspect of it too, because it's all connected. It's not just It's not just having the practical knowledge to build a business and to manage your staff and to take good care of your clients and your customers and your staff members and the people in your team, but it's also as Bradon explained, you've got to have the rest of your life right as well. You've got to get to the point where you love doing what you do. You're not burning yourself out. And it's got to be, I really believe it's got to be that balance too. And the spiritual comes into that as well. Because I know myself, like I've meditated for the last 2 years. And I haven't done it as much as I should have, and that's only to my own detriment. But I just know that at first it didn't really feel like it was making much of a difference. But then over time, I just have these little inspirational flashes and these little revelations. And I know that it's directly being related to just meditating. And it's very easy to do. Like all I do is I just turn the lights down and play meditation music for about 20 minutes of an evening. Just turn the lights down and just relax. It doesn't have to be fancy, but you just got to find a way. If you really want to take your business to that next level, I know that we talk so much about the next level and it's almost become a cliche, but if you really want to upscale the results that you're getting and your fulfillment in whatever it is that you do, I know for a fact that you have to find something that connects with that spiritual aspect of you. So I was just going to leave that one with you. But again, Bradon, if you're watching this, and I'm sure you will be, thanks a lot for your time today. And yeah, get in contact with Bradon or his team if you've got an air conditioner and you want it serviced, or if you want to put an air conditioner in time for the summer, or again, if you've got backyard work that needs to be done, you know who to call. And I'll provide the links for you down below. So thanks, Bradon. Thanks to everybody who listened today. And that's a wrap on episode 1 of Words from the Scribe. Until next time, I'll catch you later.